This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. What you just heard there was a rather meaty, ballsy, earthy, gutsy solo from a song called Alice, What's the Matter, by 90s British band Terrorvision. The solo was requested by a chap called Johnny Random, who's one of my Patreon supporters and a good friend of this channel, often crops up on the live stream on a Friday. Thanks for the suggestion, Johnny. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're not familiar with Terrorvision, they were this kind of weird amalgam of styles, all kind of obviously, kind of guitar rock or rock guitar orientated. But if you imagine some kind of hybrid of the Sex Pistols, Aerosmith, Nirvana and Guns N' Roses, that kind of sums up where they were coming from. Good, gutsy, foot-stomping, classic rock sort of things, but with, more of a kind of grungy, punky attitude going along there as well. I loved them, and I tipped them for big things, but sadly it wasn't to be. World domination was not on the cards for them, unfortunately. Never mind, here's a little bit of a breakdown about what was going on in that solo. Okay then, let's pick the bones out of this solo. Usually at this point I start off by giving a detailed breakdown of the chord sequence, but there's no real need to do that today. It's just basically three power chords, a B5, an A5 and a G5, followed by a little 4-note riff like that, so you're getting kind of round that 4 times basically. So where we're coming from with this is, really speaking, it's got a B minor kind of feel. B5, A5 and G5. Basically that's suggesting a B minor, G major and B minor, A major and G major chords really. So that's going to be coming from the key of B natural minor, and that is essentially the scale that we're basing the solo on, although without any disrespect to Mark Yates, the guitarist on this track, I really don't think he was thinking in terms of B natural minor scale. I think he was just thinking in terms of licks that he intuitively knew would fit here. So let's have a look at what those licks are. We start off with this double stop bend at the 2nd fret. I find it's best to do this as a downward bend with the first finger like that, and don't be too precious about hitting the pitches bang on here. This is just more a kind of sonic effect really, where you're going like that. And on the track there is a pick scrape down the strings as well, but I'll be honest, I forgot to put that in when I was doing the solo, and I liked the feel that I'd got on that particular take, so I thought, yeah, I'll go with that. So you could go pick scrape, and then we're into the actual first bar of the solo, which is what he does is he bends this A note here like that. Again, I think it's probably best to do this with a downward bend. You could do it with this finger and as an upward bend, but that's not really going to work for what comes next, because after you've done this with a slight hint of pinched harmonic on that note as well, like that, what we now have is that. So that's why I'm using that finger on the 2nd fret for the bend and so on, because it makes it kind of tricky to do that fast hammer on pull off thing that comes next. And then it's just noodling around with basically these 3 notes, which I think he plays like that. Then we're back into I'll do that again slowly. Where are we? So those notes there like that. Then we're back into this second fret bend thing again, and either by accident or design, he also, on this time when he's bending this lick, it's basically the same lick as we've just looked at, he actually brings the second string along for the ride as well, so you get that kind of thing. Then the same, just a variation on that. And then we're into the back end of the solo, where he's basically doing almost a Chuck Berry-ish kind of thing, where we've got this could be a bend, but I think I'm definitely hearing it as a slide. You could play it as like that, but it sounds more direct and like a slide to me, where he's going. And again, don't be afraid of letting that open top E kind of ring in as well. It's more about, the kind of rough and ready feel of a solo like this than, pinpoint accuracy. So, kind of through that a few times, and then round off by going up to what is essentially part of a B minor pentatonic position 3. Up at the 12th fret for that there, where it's just a unison bend, getting the B note there, the A note on the 3rd string, and bending the A up to the unison note of the B like that. It's essentially just taking the kind of unison B kind of thing down there and shifting it up an octave, and then just a couple of power chords, an E power chord into a G power chord, and that is what's going on this rather fantastic, ballsy kind of 90s rock solo by Terrorvision. So take those licks and get your fingers around them and have some fun with it. And there is, of course, a full tab in both Guitar Pro and PDF formats, along with a clip of me playing the solo and the clip of me explaining it, and the backing track to play along with. All of that is up on my Patreon page. There's the address there, and the link is, of course, in the description. It's only $3 a month, and you get access to all of these additional resources that go along with these YouTube videos. Thank you so much to everybody who supports me in that way, or any of the other ways which you can find linked down in the description. Much appreciated. I'm truly grateful. And that is pretty much it for today, folks. Hope you've enjoyed the video, found it useful, informative, and perhaps a little bit inspiring, and you might have just discovered a band that you'd never heard of before. Don't forget the live stream on Friday, 5 PM UK time, and where we just basically sit and talk about music and guitar and drink beer, and it's a great way to kick off the weekend. I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thanks for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.